Abs of Troy. If you're on a mission to build a strong and defined midsection like Brad Pitt did in Troy, then watch this video, it'll help you a lot. So a quick little backstory about me. I spent 10 years of my life in the gym, tracking my calories, tracking my workouts, doing everything I was told to do to build a physique that I wanted, and I still look like this, barely above average. 10 years to look like this. It was quite depressing. I thought it was genetics. I thought it was like, that's just the best my physique could get. But then 1 year later, after jumping on a brand new protocol, I transformed my body into this. Leaner, more muscle mass, but muscle in the right places. On my way to look like a warrior of Troy and build the physique that I've always dreamed of. And a part of that comes down to ab training. So in this video, I want to share with you and tell you about a bit about ab training, what I do, what I recommend to build a strong and defined midsection, just like the warriors of Troy. So let's jump straight into it. So as we all know, abs are made in the kitchen. Everyone says this, until you're actually lean and you diet properly, your abs will not show. That is true. I'm not denying that is true, but it's still needs to be worked out. Abs are still like any other muscle, and they need to be worked out so they can grow and get stronger. Secondly, we want a strong and functional core. If we have big muscles and we're bodybuilder-like and we look amazing, but our core is weak and unstable, it won't be strong enough to actually keep us injury-free, keep us mobile, keep us with good posture. So a good core is great just for overall health and keeping our body in line as the foundation that holds it all together. And then thirdly, when you actually train your abdominals and train your core, you can get away with sitting at a higher body fat percentage. So in my program, I like to get all guys between 10 to 13% body fat. That's when you look like defined, lean, athletic. But when you actually train your core and build the muscles, the density and the size of the muscle, they will actually start to show a higher body fat percentage. So instead of being at say 10% for your abs to show, you can maybe sit around 11-12% and they'll still show the same. So the three questions that I want to ask in this video is, how often should we train them? How much should we train them? And what exercises produce the biggest ROI, biggest return on investment for our ab training? So let's jump into how often. How often? I like to do them 2 to 3 times per week, obviously depending on each individual. For me personally, I train them once or twice a week on a rest day, but that's because I do a lot of other stuff throughout my sessions. So for example, if you just go to the gym and that is all you do, you go to the gym and you walk, then I would train your abs 2 to 3 times per week. But in my personal life, I go to the gym 4 days a week. I do power yoga, which is an intense session for your core as well. There's a lot of ab training in there. I do dancing, again, which involves a lot of core. And I go surfing or I play like paddle. So I use my core in a lot of sports in my daily life as well. So I don't have to train them as much because they're getting used as a twist, as I do yoga, for example. But the majority of people, 2 to 3 times per week on your rest days or the end of a workout would be ideal to give you the biggest ROI. In terms of how much, I like to keep it very simple, 3x3, 3 sets of 3 movements. So in total, 9 sets. And each set really varies from 8 to 15 reps. But I want to really emphasize on these reps, you're not going for a swinging motion or a fast jerky motion. It is controlled exercises on each rep. So each rep, I want you to control and actually feel the contraction you are actually working. So the biggest ROI in terms of exercises that I like to do, first up is leg raises. And leg raises are like the key of ab training. Everyone uses them, they're absolutely incredible, but a lot of folk do them wrong. They mainly work the upper abs, but the most important thing here is I want to do a full range of motion, and there's also some easier variations of this as well. So the variation I like, I'll put a video on screen, is I hang off a bar, I do a dead hang, I raise my legs up in a controlled manner, and I raise my feet till I touch the bar. These essentially should be called toes to bar. So leg raises, sometimes people just raise their leg to like 90 degrees, but I like to raise my leg all the way up so I'm getting spinal flexion, so my toes actually touch the bar, and then control it down to a dead hang, and then right up. Again, 3 sets of them, 8 to 15 reps, and you'll feel amazing. If you can't do these, then just do leg raises or do knee crunches. So hang off the bar and just crunch your knee to your core, and really try and twist your knee up to your head if you can. Next up is a quite advanced move, but for the ones that can do it, I recommend you do it, is the dragon flag. As you see, Bruce Lee was known for the dragon flag, and that's why he had an incredible core as well. It is an elite move, no question about it. You have to be quite strong, quite lean to do this, but when you can, I recommend you add it into your routine. It will work all of the core. It is a full exercise for the core. It will work. It's a complete smash, you could say, of the core. There is easier variations, and I'm going to go into what the easier variations are. So what I do, I lay on the floor. I have my hands behind my back so I can grab onto a bar. And you want to pretty much keep your back and your legs straight as you raise up and raise down. You don't want to let your legs arch like this. You want to keep that tension there and raise up and down. And then an easier variation of the legs being straight would be you have to straddle your legs out like this. So you'd go up and have your legs straddled to the side, and that'll make it easier. And the third easier variation would be the exact same thing, but this time you just have your knees tucked into your body. So imagine, this is a bad example, imagine you're in the bar and you have your knees just tucked in. So there's actually less weight pulling you away that's making it harder. Your knees are tucked in, and you're doing it like this. It's an easier variation. I love these, incredibly hard, but you feel your whole core absolutely smashed after doing 3 sets of these. And the last up is the crunch. This is for the upper abs. So we have this one sorry, this should be actually lower abs. I don't know why I said upper abs. These are upper abs, these are full body, and these are lower abs and your side obliques if you want to do a twist. So the crunch is an fantastic move. You can do it on the floor, you can do your feet on a bench, like an incline like this, that this image shows. And there's many ways you can do this, but as long as you actually crunch your body, your upper body moves towards your legs, then that is a crunch essentially. What you can also do is add a twist. So when you're on a bench and you go down, instead of going up like this and going down, you can go up and twist to the side, and that'll work some of your obliques as well. I maybe do 1 or 2 sets of side twists and one final set of just a normal crunch. I don't put a lot of pressure on it, I just do the crunches and get them done. And again, they're easy to build up. You can start off with doing them on on the floor essentially, and then you can help with doing it on a decline bench like the guy has it here. And there's other variations where you can actually, on my gym, we have one we can have our feet like this and actually curl our body right back and get really good spinal flexion, and then go all the way up again. So there's different variations depending on what you have, but essentially a crunch would be, a crunch variation would be the best thing I would do. And these are the 3 things that I have found to give me the biggest ROI on my core section. You don't need anything more than this. If you can get to doing 3 sets of leg raises for 8 to 15 reps, you can do a few sets of dragon flags on each variation, and a few sets on crunches. You add that to your routine 2 to 3 times a week at the end of your workout or on your rest day, and you're gonna have a really defined and strong core. And like I always said, the benefit of having strong abs is they show at higher body fat percentages, okay? It's easier to maintain, and sometimes you look a bit better and you feel better when you're sitting around 10 to 30% body fat. If you're trying to go to 8%, 7%, sometimes you can feel like your BDO could drop down, your energy could be harder, and your hunger could increase. So just to have a strong midsection and feel better, throw some ab exercises into your routine, and you're gonna feel absolutely amazing and look absolutely incredible. Guys, if you want my actually full protocol of how to actually train, eat, and live to look like a Troy Warrior, and what actually took me from looking like an average Joe for 10 years of my life to well on my way on looking like a Troy Warrior, there's no secret. It's just giving you the knowledge that I have pretty much had to find out the hard way for 11 years of lifting, and I share it in a simple program. It's a free mini course below. You can check it out. Just enter your email. You get signed up for free. There's a community of guys inside here, and a free mini course, and also a strength calculator. It's a whole thing. You'll love it. You'll enjoy it. Now, guys, that's it. This video. I will see you inside the program. That's it for now. As always, be good.